Welcome to Beauty and Chronic Pain. I'm Becky. This evening I thought I'd do a short video on Dermarolling. I have an at-home kit that I bought from Amazon, and it came in a little container, this one. It's by a brand called Skin Radiance. And it says on it, Dermarolling Microneedling System. It says, discover the secret to naturally promote skin renewal and erase wrinkles, acne scars, age spots, stretch marks, cellulite. Super boost the skin surface to create a radiant, smoother, younger you. And it says it's not suitable for the following. If you have eczema, rosacea, psoriasis, raised moles, and active acne. Only use one roller per person. Do not force the roller into the skin and use mild, even pressure. So this is what the roller actually looks like. Hold that nice and close. Can you see? I'll add a link in the description box to where the Amazon page I got it from. This is it without the lid. You can see this is the needles, very fine, really difficult to see, I think, but it is very small needles, but very effective. It has 192 medical grade needles, and there's titanium coated and then diamond tipped needles. I think these, this says on the bottom 0.5 millimeters. They do come in different sizes. This is the one I settled on. So the way you use this, what you do is you make sure your environment is sterile, wash your hands with usual hot soapy antibacterial water, don't scratch your head like I just did, and make sure the body area you're about to treat is also clean. You can use like rubbing alcohol is what they recommend. So I've done this on my face, I've done this on my inner thighs because I've got quite bad stretch marks, and I've used it on this part of my forearm here because I've got some stretch marks there which bother me. I've consistently used it on my face before, but not consistently elsewhere because I get distracted and I forget about it, unfortunately. But I've been pretty good at using it consistently on my face, especially since I started taking amitriptyline and one amitriptyline a night to help with my pain and to help me sleep. It gave me it's like it looks like kind of acne spots, but they're very, very small, and they're mostly red, and then occasionally they come into a yellow head. Don't know if you probably can't see them. I can't really zoom in. Not very good on my phone yet, but if I sit close enough, using the front camera, it's difficult to zoom. So, can you see? I'm not sure if you can see, but yeah, you can see on my forehead. It's got like loads of little, try to relax my forehead, loads of little dots. And they really annoy me. So yeah, it says on the instructions, to this big. I keep it inside the container so I don't lose them. It can actually also be used as a hair loss treatment because it increases collagen. So like if you've got like a bald patch, I suppose, the point is to rub it up and down on it, and it will stimulate the hair follicles, I guess. But I haven't really looked into that because I don't need it for that. You wipe down the derma roller with disinfectant rubbing alcohol as well, and you should have stuff ready for your treatment as well, what you may require. So you can use they say that you can use a numbing cream on your face if you have a low pain threshold. And it says well about, you know, moisturizers if you want to use that. Anti-cellulite cream, depending on where you're using it, hair loss remedy, etc. There's two ways of using the roller, and method 1 is the most popular. Method 2 is what they say is the professional approach, and you use it just less frequently and you use more pressure, which I don't do because it hurts. It does hurt a little bit. Some days I'm more sensitive to pain than others. So I'm going to demonstrate what I do, which is you do each area, and it says to do roll the device back and forwards 4 times in 4 different directions. It should not be painful and it should not draw blood. And then you'll become accustomed to how much pressure you can apply without causing any discomfort. You can use it daily if you want to, although they recommend doing it maybe once every 3 days, have 2 days of rest. It's not necessary to do it more than once a day for sure. So what I do, so start with my forehead. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, up and down. And then I do that all the way along. And then horizontally, all the way, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you do it diagonally this way, all the way along, and then you switch and do the other diagonal direction all the way along. I do it all over my forehead. I do it down my nose. The nose is a little harder, and I find it hurts my nose a little more, so I do it just a little more gently, gentle pressure. Then I do over my cheeks. Be careful not to go too close to the delicate under eye area. Chin, down my neck, and that's usually it for the facial area. I don't find I need it on my décolletage, although maybe I should, because I've started getting like what looks like the occasional acne spot there, but I think it's because of just sweat. I get it when I sweat a lot. Not like a heat rash per se. There's a word for it, but I can't think of it. If I remember, I'll put it in the description box if you care about that sort of thing. And then the difference, obviously you clean it after with a sterilising, you know, however you want to sterilise it. Rubbing alcohol again is a recommended method. So the professional method is basically the same thing, you just do it harder. And it says, you know, they recommend it only to do it that hard once a month, but obviously not too hard that you draw blood, but just more pressure than you do if you wanted to use it more frequently. The benefits of using this roller is to boost absorption rate of your products as well. But I have to say, after you've used it, be careful what products you use. You don't want to use anything that's got an acid in it, because it will sting like a mother. The areas can get red as well, so you do it in the evening, stay out the sun, and then wear sun protection the next day. It says as well that there's different directions you can use for method 2, but it doesn't say on here what they are. It just has the same directions as before, vertically, horizontal, and diagonally. It says, yeah, don't use it on your lips, and obviously don't use it on your eyes. There we go. It says, when you finish using the device, run it under hot running water. If you use it with numbing cream, stand it head first in a half full glass of disinfectant, which can be rubbing alcohol, for approximately 1 minute. If you only used the roller gently, you only need to disinfect it on a weekly basis. Shake off excess liquid and stand it on a clean towel to dry. Don't put it away when wet, and by putting it away, I just keep it in here. I think that's what they mean. It seems the easiest thing to do. It tells you about possible side effects, but it's mostly just redness. And if you are a bit silly like me and you forget yourself, put a glycolic acid on and then reap the painful benefits. What I like to do after, like even using a sheet mask with like, you know, the gentle Korean botanicals, I find it is really painful. So I leave my skin to just settle for an hour or so. And then I just use a light moisturizer. Another good thing to do as well is using a jade roller. I got a double-ended one, also from Amazon, and you just use it cold. It sort of stays cold, but you can put it in the fridge, and you just roll it upwards on your face, and it's good for like puffiness. And then use a smaller one, you can go up towards the eye, and you should be careful the direction that you roll it, because actually no, are you supposed to do it upwards? I think you're supposed to do it downwards actually, because of like lymphatic drainage. So you don't want to push the toxins up, you sort of push them downwards or something towards the lymph nodes. I think your lymph nodes are like sort of behind your ear and your jaw. I don't know, you have them there around your eyes as well, so that's why when you rub an eye cream you pat it in this direction. And I do across the forehead as well. It's very nice if you've got like a bit of a headache. And I have the condition called bruxism, which is that I clamp my jaw shut when I sleep very tightly, and I end up obviously with an aching jaw in the morning. And when I've got time, I just make sure this is nice and cold, and then just run it along my jaw to relax. It's also good after you've put on, like, you know, done your skincare routine, and just nice and cooling. You don't really have to think about it, just rub everything in, and it's just a nice little treat, and you can do it, you know, as many times a day as you like. It's good for depuffing, obviously the under eye as well, if you've got puffiness elsewhere. I do it on my neck as well, in downward motion usually. Sometimes I do up when I'm not paying attention. It's really good for around the jaw. And I keep that clean using alcohol swabs or antibacterial wipes, and sometimes I stand it in Dettol as well, diluted Dettol. That's it for today. If you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comment section below. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel. I'll be happy to have you. I'm going to do a talk very soon, which is overdue, about chronic pain. It's going to be the things I've learned since my diagnosis, and that should be interesting and hopefully brief. So thank you for joining me, and subscribe if you like what you see, and hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!